Well, good morning or good afternoon, whichever it might be for you, maybe even good evening. My name is Gabe O'Neill, and I'm the founder of Digital Accelerant. So hopefully you have seen the website, or you might have even seen my digital business card, and I thank you for spending the time to get to know things a little bit better. I think by the end of this demonstration, I think you'll hopefully have seen the value in it and have seen that, yes, I can get additional clients just by the use of this digital business card. So let me start by giving you a little bit of background about me. I'm the founder. I created this company. Well, Digital Accelerant started in 2015 when we moved to Atlanta, it was started out as a software developer for hire, basically, and interestingly enough, I had no aspirations of developing a digital business card company, and no, this isn't a reaction from COVID at all. Although COVID, it does work very well during the pandemic when we're all virtual, but for the most part, what happened was we moved from one place in Georgia to another, and which meant that I lost all my networking buddies. And when that happens, that's not good because it takes a long time for people to get to know you, like you, and trust you, etc. I wanted to expedite that process because my contract was running out. So in order to do that, I figured, well, what can I do? Let me give them something of value so they'll get to know me. They'll get to know my talents, my delivery, my skills, and my creativity, and plus they'll get to see that I will follow up on something that I say I'm going to do. That's very big with me. If you get to know me, that's something that I'm very passionate about. Just do what you say you're going to do. If you want to do more, that's great, but don't do any less. Anyway, so I figured, well, why don't I give them, I don't know, a digital business card, ask for nothing in return, and just see how that goes. Well, it went very, very well. As a matter of fact, it kind of blossomed in the first group that I gave them out to, and we put them all on a page. We were referring each other out. We were adding features, adding audio to it, adding video to it, and then eventually we added the texting component to it, which really made it skyrocket. So after some time, almost about a year, I finally realized, I said, wait a minute, this is really something. In the beginning, I didn't think people would buy them, and then I didn't think I could sell enough of them, and then people started buying them. But once I removed all those self-imposed glass ceilings from myself, I realized that, hey, you know what? This really is an opportunity, and that's when I started to focus on the digital cards. That was in about September of 2019. So currently, I'm the chief bottle washer, and I do the graphics, I do I sell them, I do all that stuff. But as we speak, we are hiring salespeople, and we're looking now to start scaling this into a much bigger company. Having said all that, that really is neither here nor there for you all. What you want to see is how it works and how it's going to get you business. So let's get right into that. Let's start with my card, and you'll see that I'm the only person of all the however many hundreds that we have that has his dogs on his card, and that's just me. I'm on the left is my buddy Charlie, and Lily's on the right. I'm very passionate about animals, and that's my personality. And I've always liked to put my personality in forward when I meet people, because what's it all about? This is all about relationships. You want to get to know me, I want to get to know you, and that's really what relationship marketing is all about. So when people first come to my card, they're going to see this, and this is called an animated sequence, right? And what I'm showing you are different things that I want you to read about. And when you look at them, you pretty much have no choice but to read them because of the way that they're coming at you. So when we do the animated sequences, they're no longer than 30 seconds. But at the same time, one of my clients said, boy, if I can get my people to look at my card for that much longer, that's that's a good thing, and I kind of agree with that. So when it's done, it comes back to your regular card. You'll see that it has all of these hot links to my social media channels. This goes to my website, Facebook, Instagram, etc., etc. When you're on a phone and you click this, it will populate the phone. All you have to do is hit send, is hit call, and then the same thing with an email. It'll populate that email. This will download all my contact information to their phone contacts, which is another powerful thing because it also brings my picture in there. So again, it's all about getting an impression out there, making sure that people don't forget you. As a matter of fact, that's where the major drive of all of our cards, they're all custom done. So in other words, we don't try and fit you into our template. We fit into your template, whatever that is. So the more that you see that it's your card, the more you're going to share it. The more you share it, the more you're going to get business out of it. So how do we get business out of our digital cards? Well, when people text our keyword, for me, it's Gabe to 21,000. So if you haven't done that already, I encourage you to do that to experience it. In the to field, you just type in the number 21,000. The message is Gabe. You hit send. Within about 6 seconds, my card will be delivered back to your phone in a link. You click the link and you see what you see in front of you. And so from there, you get when people text our keywords, we capture that cell phone number. And that's extremely powerful because if you think about when you are in a conversation with somebody in a networking environment, you're both very intent on how you can help each other. Well, I've got a good connection for you, and I've got a great connection for you. Maybe we could partner and work together on some things. That's really what relationship marketing and networking is all about, right? So you're really excited, and you want to follow up with that person. But if you send them an email, who knows if it went to their spam folder? Who knows what happened to it? Maybe I talked to somebody. Did you get my email? Well, guess how many unread emails I have right now? 1,000. So obviously they're never going to get to your email. Then you call them. You got their office number. Who knows where that's going, or even their cell number. When was the last time that you called somebody and they actually picked up? I mean, to me, that's really shocking on how, I'll even try to do it every once in a while. I just want to talk to the person for a couple of seconds, and no, they're not going to pick up. So but the bottom line is, when you text them back after they've opted into what you do, they know that they've gotten your digital card. You text them back. You remind them that you got that this is Gabe with you downloaded my card. Then they're totally okay with you texting them back, for one, and for two, that gets rid of all those squirrels that they had to deal with. They say, "Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I was putting out fires all week, but now I remember you. Yes, let's make that connection. Let's make that." Let's get on your calendar. Let's make that. Let's get back to that meeting and actually do it. So that's one of the things that's really powerful about our system. Another thing is that you see right on my card is you can schedule an appointment with me directly. So that's extremely powerful because when people text my keyword, they might just get right on my calendar, and I'm not the one that has to deliver it to them. I can teach my clients and my prospects and my colleagues and my sphere, anybody that wants to listen to me, that to refer me out, all you have to do is text Gabe to 21,000. Okay? So consequently, I get a lot of referrals that way, because if they tried to refer me by my email, they wouldn't know how to spell Digital Accelerant. They'd say, "Oh yeah, Digital Accelerator," or something like that. If they tried to get to spell my name, Gabe O'Neill, O'Neal, again, it just doesn't work because they're not going to remember that. However, if I get them to remember Gabe to 21,000, which is extremely easy to remember, I'm going to get a lot more referrals. And that's really how a lot of my clients get more referrals. And that's by just teaching them, teaching people in their networking events that this is how to refer me out. So that part of it is a part that I really, really like. And it's really, again, it's very powerful. And the other part of that is that, sometimes somebody else will tell people to text my keyword. They'll get on my calendar. They'll schedule an appointment with me. I get an email that some person has got in my card, got on my calendar. I've never even met them yet. They're already in my sales funnel. So what that's really doing, and think about how powerful that is, because what that really is doing is shortening the sales cycle. Now, I liken the sales cycle to a bicycle chain. If you remember your bicycle chain when you're a kid, at least when I did, if the bicycle chain breaks, you're in trouble. You have to walk home. And the bicycle chain has all these different links in it. Well, the sales cycle really has a bunch of different links in it. Any one of them that breaks could really muck up the whole system. So, for example, you send them an email. Hey, remember we were talking, and and let's get back on. Here's a link to my calendar. Oh, well, they didn't. They ghosted me. Well, did they get the email? Did they read the email? Who knows? Did they? Are they ghosting you? So that. And I called them. I left you a voicemail. Well, I didn't get it. There's so many different things that can happen. But if they're already on your sales, if they're already on your calendar, and that's gone by, you didn't even cause that. That really eliminates a lot of those things that could have happened. So that's a real powerful thing to have happen there. A couple other things on the card is that yes, you can. If you have a video, we put that on it. No extra charge. So, for example, this is my video. You don't have to. It doesn't have to ask you to skip ads. It doesn't ask you to do any of that stuff. This is a video that I did for my business. Shows you all the different cards. Shows you, again, uses that what's called kinetic typography to kind of attract people to make them kind of read it and make the reading a little bit more entertaining. But the idea is you don't have to do that. You can just talk into your iPhone or your Android, whatever, for 30 seconds, 1 minute. And but no matter what you do, that's, again, going to make elevate your digital profile yet another level, because the card already does that for you, right? And it's going to elevate your digital profile another level to make it really professional. And when people see that, they're going to say, "Man, this person's really killing it with their they're killing it with their marketing. They're killing it in tech. They're really on top of their game. So they must be doing the same thing across the board within their business. I want to do business with them." And then when you're done with the actual video, when the video's done, it just goes back to your card. It doesn't show them any more cat videos. It doesn't. There's no more distractions. It just kind of basically goes back to focus on your card. And one other thing I wanted to mention is that this the card is designed to look the same on your computer as it does on the phone, and there's not a whole lot of scrolling. The idea is that you don't want a ton of information, links to everything that I've ever done in my life. You don't really need all that. Really, what this is designed to do, from the get-go, and it does very well, is it makes an impression on people when they see it. They've never seen anything like it. That, again, it goes back to your digital profile got just skyrocketed, and they don't forget you. That's happened to me, and it's happened to many of my clients where they'll be in a networking meeting, somebody will walk up to them and say, "Hey," for me it was, "Hey, Gabe," and I said to the person, I said, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I just don't remember your name." And and it happened to be Jermaine. I know who it is now because we've talked many times since then. But I said, "Jermaine, that name's familiar. I know I've met you before. When did we meet?" And he said, 6 months ago. And I said, "Wow, how in God's name did you remember me after 6 months?" And he said, "You have a digital card, don't you?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I do." And that's honestly, how it works. I mean, if people that get your card, they go through a process to get it, and when they get it, they see, wow, this is really cool, and it's very, very memorable. So that's really kind of how it works. I'm going to show you a couple other things here. Oh, another thing before I leave this card is that you have the ability to capture their email address should they want to get a white paper that you offer them, or if there's something that you can give them that's of value, like an ebook or something like that. If you have that, what people will do is they click to enter their email address right here. They enter the address, hit submit. The white paper that I have is the top 10 ways our digital card will solve your marketing struggles. That goes to them, and the email address gets sent back to me, and I put them in my email drip campaign. So that's another powerful thing that you have access to. Let's go to another thing here. So right here we're looking at all the digital cards, and this you can get to this by texting the word cards to 21,000, or you can go to my website, and right on the front page it says website's digitalaccelerant.com, and you can, and the front page says click here to see samples. So these are all my clients, and I put them here for everybody who gets a card goes on here. So I show people this for a couple of reasons. One is that, yes, these are all individually designed. They're all custom designed. There's no real template that I use. You can see some kind of similarities on how they work, but I always start from scratch with somebody. Here's Cynthia's. She's a lawyer. I used the picture that she gave me, and it just turned out to be something that is very elegant, very professional, and it just makes her look. Let me put it this way: it brings, the card goes up to her standards, because she's a pretty fantastic person. And I'll say the same thing for Mitch, right? And he's also a lawyer from New Jersey. And as we go here to others, you have not just lawyers, but you have speakers, you have payroll, you have travel, you have chiropractic, you have health and wellness, and networking, financial, again, more lawyers, and even network chapters have used it to represent their chapter. BNI and Network Lead Exchange is another, and M3 Linked is a third, which is M3 Link from Philly, Tampa, and Dallas. Those are and I've been to all of those networking platforms. I've used them all, and they're all wonderful. So again, and it just keeps going on and on as to all the different things that you can do. So yeah, this is really. And this is the community that we've created. And speaking of which, I call it Club 21,000. We invite all these folks. I mean, this list, everybody gets on it. This is a searchable list. People can do business with these folks. But at the same time, what I think is even more powerful is that we offer events for these. Some are just for digital card owners only, and some involve the public as well. But it's all really for the benefit of the digital card owners, because when it's not like we're going to give you a card and say, okay, good luck with that, we'll see you later. No, we do so much more in the background to support you and to try and get you more business, either through the card or through our events that we have. Like, for example, this past week, well, every week we do something called a Power Hour, and we use one of our digital card owners as an SME, a subject matter expert, to talk about what their subject is for about 5 minutes, and that sets the tone for the meeting. Where and every time it's something that's designed to get more business for you, whether it be how to create a Facebook ad, or whether it be SEO, or whether it be just coaching. We have sales coaches, we have life coaches, we have other kinds of coaches that use this product. So they'll set up something. I think last week, Diva to 21,000, Deborah said, she talked about using events to leverage your business, and now that came into a whole nother discussion about me as the leader of this group to create these different types of events and invite everybody so that we can leverage everybody's business. So again, it's been more than once where I've done something right after that meeting and used what we came out of that meeting to grow my business. And so, and I'm not the only one who does that. So that's why I'm saying this is extremely powerful. The community is very supportive. You might have more than one insurance person, or more than one financial person, or more than one real estate realtor, or whatever, but everybody is here to support each other, and as opposed to compete against each other, they're much more about how can we partner, how can we share leads, how can I get you leads, because there's obviously enough business for everybody, right? So and that's the part that I really, really enjoy about this is the community that we're creating, the real supportive community, because it's not only helpful for me, but it's helpful for everybody who attends it, and that to me is really cool. Okay, so one other thing that I want to show you is since we capture the phone numbers, the cell phone numbers of people who text our cards, we give you a way to track all that. So there's an analytics page, and so for example, here's some of the things that you can ask this system. How many times has my card been accessed? Show me what kind of buttons they checked. Show me what they did when they visited. Show me a list of phone numbers, and kind of merge the two reports. But really what we're going to focus on now is just from the last 30 days, show me who has texted the keyword Gabe to 21,000, and that's obviously my card. So when I hit go, it's going to show you that, and it's going to give you not only the phone number, but it's also going to give you the name of the person. And so, which is extremely powerful. You'll see sometimes it'll say restricted, and when that happens, it's because the person was on the do not call list and didn't want to have their name put up there, but whatever. But you can always Google that, and oftentimes you'll find out who it is. You'll find their company name or whatever. So, and when you do that, it allows you to edit the name directly in here. So that kind of helps you there. And all of this information can be exported to an Excel spreadsheet or a CSV file. And in that case, what's happening there is it can go right to your CRM if you want to put it right in there. If you don't know what that means, or if you don't have a CRM, you can go right to the follow-up page, and you can set reminders. You can add notes, and you can add notes to these folks. And you can send messages to them, etc., put them in folders, etc., etc. So what this is designed to do is designed to help you. It's designed to help you from the time you meet that person to the time you either close the business or you don't. It helps you manage that contact, and basically helps you it helps you do better follow up. It helps you remember of who I need to contact and when I need to contact them. So there's so much more under the covers of some of the stuff we do. And while I'm thinking of it, another thing that we do is we offer the lanyard and the badge. We don't really talk about this too much, but this is extremely popular with my clients, in that this is what they wear to trade shows or even just to their BNI networking events. And what happens is that, people say, hey, what's that? And it's my digital card. Just text Gabe to 21,000. Or a common way to end a conversation is, do you have a card? And what I would typically say, no, I don't, but I raise my lanyard and say, but mine's digital. Just text Gabe to 21,000. Or you can even scan the QR code. And when they scan that QR code, what's going to happen is it's not going to go to your card. It's actually going to generate the text necessary for them to get your card and for you to get still get their cell phone number. So it's extremely powerful, and they think you're a rock god because they don't know how you just did that. So again, it's all about making that first impression, making that impression on them, getting you noticed, getting you not forgotten. So a couple other things I want to show you. So we talked a little bit about the animated sequences. Here's a little bit more on the animated sequences. And really what we have here is, so let's look at Mike's card, and so when you first get in Mike's card, this is what it looks like. And again, these are all designed these are his messages that he gave to me. This is what he wanted. I design how they're going to come up on the screen, and again, he was the one who said to me, well, if I can get somebody to look at my card a little longer, then that's great. And his keyword is MVP, and his initials are the same as his initials, so we had a little fun with that at the end, and that's Mike's card. So that, again, and that's just, again, another way to really stand out and get remembered, and that's just a one-time setup fee. Greg is a radiology coach, and what he does is he tells he gets like clinics and hospitals and sets up their X-ray system for them, shows them how it's supposed to be done, and gets it all set up for them, et cetera, et cetera. But again, this is something that that this is getting him to getting his card out there, getting it remembered, and getting him to not be forgotten. So these are just some of the other ones. I've got another one, several of them in the works. We just started doing this not too long ago, only a couple of weeks ago, so there's not that many yet. But I've got like 3 more that we're going to do, and we're going to, that part of it's going to expand too. So everything about what we do it's about, again, getting more business for you, and also continually working on it. Like, for example, back over here, when we talk about this, one of the things that we're working on, I don't usually like to talk about software that isn't in the system, because it doesn't mean anything if it's not in there. But at the same time, just to let you know that what we're working on is to be able to text these folks back from the system with a 10-digit number that each person would get randomly. So anyway, having said all that, so that's basically that's most of what I think we do. At least hit all the high points. I thank you for joining us. I thank you for. If you made it this long, then I hope you take the next step and get on my calendar, and you can even go right to the store. If you go to digitalaccelerant.com and then go right to the store, you can. There's different packages that you can select, or you can pick add-ons, however you want to do it. But it's all available right here. And remember, when you think about this is an investment like anything else. I look at anything that I do, like some of these paid networking clubs or companies that I use. I'd say, well, I'll do it by the month. If I get value from it, then I'll continue to do it. And I have been, like with BNI, I got a lot more out of it than the money that I put in. I mean, as far as return. Same thing with the card. The card's the exact same thing. I have a client that got a 1,200% ROI in his first 3 days. Another one who got a 200% ROI in his first hour of using it. And another one who got a 2,000% ROI in his first month. And these are just folks that we just happen to have this conversation, which I'm not going up to every client saying, hey, how much money are you getting out of your card? That's just not a normal conversation I have with folks. But for the ones that do tell me, it's a very strong return. And if you look at this and see, hey, can I get one more client from this, do you think? And how much is that client worth to me? I had somebody yesterday tell me it was worth anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. Well, I smiled and said, you're only spending $500 basically to get a digital card, and you're getting that much out of it. And guess what? When you get that return, and then you get it again, and then you get it again and again and again, I don't come after you for the balance. I say go. I'm really excited that this has been that great of an investment for you. So that's really how you have to look at it. But anyway, having said all that, you can either jump on my calendar if you have any more questions, Gabe to 21,000, my calendar's right on there, or you can just go ahead and go to the store here and order as you see fit, and then we can get you all set up. So thank you very much. I appreciate you spending the time with me.